Hey, Colorado Springs. This is Jenny, and I am back with another deal analysis for everyone. Today, we're going to go over a Belmont Pueblo duplex. So, this one is a super, super solid property, really excellent condition. Stucco finish, like beautiful landscaping, nice concrete. It's just, a super, super nice property. And yeah, just wanted to go through an example of a deal that we recently closed here and just kind of talk about, again, what we're finding in today's market. And you can still cash flow, believe it or not, even with these interest rates. So let's dive in real quick. So this is a Belmont duplex. Like I mentioned, it's over by CSU Pueblo. Um, Purchase price was 315,000. This was actually an off-market duplex that we were alerted to within the Envision network that we have. Someone was wanting to part with this property. I think she wanted to go, passive investment route, and we were able to find a buyer. That this is exactly what they're looking for. So it's a really good mashup right there. So basically, like I mentioned, purchased it for 315. The seller had a ballpark of what she wanted to sell it for, didn't have it listed or anything. So, she accepted that. Acquisition costs were about 7,500. And I wanted to take a pause real quick and talk about the particular loan that this client used. They actually used a 10% down investment loan. So we have a lender that is able to offer, for 1 to 4 units, 10% down, which is really interesting. I believe it's a 30-year amortization, but a 15-year balloon, if I'm not mistaken. So of course, this comes with a little bit higher on the acquisition cost side of things, and it also usually runs a higher interest rate as well. But yeah, I believe that these clients were just kind of looking to break even, maybe come out of pocket just a little bit, just to preserve the cash on hand. This is a very long-term play for them. So, just for purposes of this deal analysis, we're going to model it at 25% down since that's more typical. Just pretending that these clients, put 25% down, but all of the other aspects and features of the deal remaining the same, just to kind of model that out as a sample for everyone. They were able to achieve $5,100 in stellar credits, and that was just a result of their inspection findings. They were able to negotiate a credit instead of repairs. Nothing major, just kind of, onesie twosie type things, adding up to that credit. So again, as I mentioned, this property is really, really interesting. It is fairly large, in my opinion, for a duplex. One unit has 4 bedrooms and one unit has 3 bedrooms. So it is definitely a very decent sized home. So we're projecting about 1,500 for the larger unit and 1,300 a month in rent for the smaller unit. I think that they might be able to get a little bit more than that, but we wanted to just underwrite it conservatively, of course. I'll always kind of model out, most common scenario, but strive for best case scenario when it comes time to actually market the units. And just kind of a mention about that, the seller, she was previously using this as a rent by the room model. And we actually found that it was more advantageous to the buyer to have it as a single, single tenant per unit model, because just kind of taking into account all of the extra fees and from a management side of things, as well as just kind of an upkeep, utilities, all that for a room by room model. It just didn't work as well for him. But he was able to keep the property manager that was in place. I don't know how they were able to work out a room by room model with this particular property manager. I don't think that they do it unless they're like grandfathered into it. So just wanted to put that out there. But they're actually the same property manager that I used down in Pueblo. So I was excited for these clients to be able to kind of just work with them going forward as I've been pretty happy with them. So again, so gross rent 2,800 for the month. I think, like I mentioned, I think that we could probably push that a little bit, but let's, aim for 28. They do have property management in place. It's 10% a month for that. We'll say 8% for maintenance and reserves. It is a really nicely constructed home. I think, at least just based on, all the photos and videos that I've been seeing of it, this is one that Leah closed. But I like to put 8% for a duplex, multifamily, just because there's just, some things you don't think about when you have shared living like that. And for real estate taxes, we're at 1,100 for the year. I'm sure that's going to go up, as everyone has seen. And property insurance at 2,500 for the year. And then they have 500 for trash, because this particular buyer is, starting from scratch with their leases. They're just going to write their lease, in both cases, in a way that all of the shared utilities get billed back to the tenants respectively. So just wanted to mention as to why that is not being included there. So if we go to the cash flow tab, I forgot to mention probably one of the most, sought after, points of reference that a lot of people are curious about nowadays. The interest rate was 7.675%. And again, I think that's because they had this kind of a unique loan product. I think if, with modeling at the 25% down, I think if they were to get a 30-year fixed, it might be a little bit lower than that. Just a conventional investment loan. I think that it would be a little bit lower than that, but let's keep it at the 7.675 just to show this. So if we go to our cash flow tab, we are at an annual cash flow of about 2,300 a year, and a cap rate of 7.1%. So yeah, I think that is pretty good for having such a high interest rate on this one. So just wanted to kind of point this out as, a very high quality asset in Pueblo, cash flowing. It's nothing life changing, couple $100 a month, but it's a very solid add to a portfolio. And we're actually seeing quite a, not a ton of them, but every once in a while we're finding very similar properties like this one. I know we got a lot of interest in the deal analysis that we had previously with that other duplex down in Pueblo that had some phenomenal returns on that one. So yeah, it's just, it's definitely something that I would recommend that people look towards if they're looking to expand their portfolio, especially if they're interested in the Pueblo area. Yeah, nothing really else to talk about. This is kind of like a bread and butter duplex, really straightforward. But thank you all for listening. I know this one was a quick one. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, but look forward to talking to you guys again.